my eyes, well, he's looking for intelligence. And if he's looking at my mouth, well, he's looking for wit and wisdom. And if he's looking anywhere except my chest, he's looking for another man. Well, hi, my name's Andrea Pattison, and I impersonate the great lady of song, Miss Dolly Parton. And I love my job, and I ain't ever going to stop doing it. All that I was so proud of. Now while she sewed, she told a story from the Bible she had read. Yeah, so I started impersonating Dolly about 15 years ago, after being in a function band for a good 10 years. And before that I did a little bit of jazz. I got into jazz, and also before that, pubs and clubs. Just started out singing around there, and had to go to a charity to get my first ever grant to actually buy equipment, because just like the great lady herself, I was from a very underprivileged background, and my parents just didn't have the money to help me out. I was one of 6 kids. So I basically went to a charity, the Prince's Youth Business Trust, got the money to, applied for a grant and got the money to buy my first PA, and started off just singing all kinds of stuff, loved it, and then carried on, loved every minute of all the weddings and functions I did. But when I did these functions, people would often say that they loved my singing voice as Dolly Parton, and they thought I had her a little bit of a twang, and when I'm trying to do my singing and I'm just yodeling away, and I just got into it and never looked back, and I practiced and started having costumes made, had wigs made, and then the gigs started coming in. It was very, very nerve-wracking at first, because you're thinking, who's watching? Am I going to be good enough? It's always terrifying. Anybody that impersonates anybody, in my eyes, is absolutely legendary, because, and all my other girlfriends who do Dolly, you know what it's like, and we all just have to support each other and stick together, because recently we lost our Facebook commercial pages, and that was tough. And then recently I had my Facebook page hacked, which I get quite a lot of gigs from, and a friend of mine got over £2,000 stolen from her, thinking it was me vouching for something. So we're going to try and do a big fundraiser for that, and I'm hoping to maybe get other impersonators involved, maybe even some of the other friends of mine who also do Dolly, and there are some lovely ones out there. Small, and I didn't have a coat, and it was way back in the fall. Mama sewed the rags together, sewing every piece with love she made my... When Dolly was last here, I think it was 2008, a friend of mine won a meet and greet to see her, and I didn't get one. So my friend, being the lovely friend that she is, gave the meet and greet to me. And of course, I was just absolutely... I couldn't believe that they allowed me to go in, but they didn't seem to think it was a big deal, that it was a different person. But me being the way I am, I'm what you call a worrier. So when I actually came face to face with her, I just froze up and didn't even tell her what I do. And it was, my friend went mad with me. But at the same time, I'm sure there was a little bit of a spark between us, because I had a dress on with pictures of her around the bottom. And she kind of picked it up and she went, "Did you do that yourself?" And I just went, "Yes." And I hadn't, I'd got it off eBay. And the only thing I could think when I mustered up some words, I just went, "My mum used to make my clothes when I was little, just like yours did." And then she just went, "Well, that's wonderful, sweetie." And then when I was walking away, she was like, "What was your name again?" And I turned around and I went, "Andrea." And that was it. Many colors that my mama made for me, 'cause she made it just for me.